nil, but Mexico appear to have done little wrong, David. Have they been very unlucky in this game so far?
You know what, goals change games, and they could have easily had a goal in the first 20 minutes. Hit the crossbar, another shot really went wide, and I thought they actually started very brightly. After about 15-20 minutes, they started sitting back, and then Argentina started getting into the play. But unfortunately, again, we got another controversial decision by the referees or linesmen, and that goal for Teves has changed the game. And but up until that point, it was anyone's game. Now it seems like it's getting away from Mexico a little bit.
It's quite a spectacle, isn't it, Ned? Not that we're getting much decent defending from the most attractive sides in the tournament. Germany not so good without the ball, and maybe we might say the same about Argentina early on in this game tonight.
Yeah, well, Mexico really took the game to them, and they combined defensively, being on the front foot really well with an attacking frame of mind. But the problem for me was Mexico, they were given so much space by the Argentinians, but they just seemed to have a lack of movement up front to really trouble the defence. I mean, the trouble that they did get was from long-range shots, really. Argentina, for me, were very slow at the start. They just built up way too slow. They gave the Mexicans too much time defensively.
Were they giving them plenty of respect as well early on?
Well, they did.
Compared to the group stage.
But the problem for me was that Messi just, and I mentioned it before the game, he is so dangerous when he receives the ball in that channel where he can run at the defence. But the Argentinians, several times, they just didn't find him. They weren't even looking for him. And he was actually in there many times. But you've only got a few seconds when you finally do get into that space to actually receive the ball. Otherwise, someone will eventually pick you up.
Having said that, when he does get involved, he then creates the goal. And it always seems to be, whenever something positive comes for Argentina, it's Messi involved. And to be honest, without him scoring a goal, and everyone's going to judge him by goals, but to be honest, he does everything but score a goal. He sets up everything. He's involved. This is a bit of an audacious chip, and normally for Barcelona something like that comes off. But he really looks like he's comfortable in this team, and we're just seeing a couple of the interplay between the Mexican players up front. They do look dangerous. I know the final ball wasn't there, and they were restricted to long-range shots. But if they didn't concede that goal to Messi, it would have been a different story.
This is it here. Messi receiving the ball in between the defence and midfield. He can run at the defence.
Right, flag stays down. Another run off to celebrate.
Yeah. Well, it's given at this point, so
no question that the Argentinians are looking anxiously toward the official, but we quickly get the evidence that.
Well, we needed the replay to see it, didn't we?
Exactly. I thought it was onside.
I chose my word deliberately. The evidence, as in video evidence. A great kerfuffle then resulted, which we can come back to.
Yeah, and then obviously from there, you know, there was a few challenges that went in, and this is for the poor kid Ricardo Osorio, really disastrous and unfortunate for the boy. After that, he you know, really looked like he lost confidence, and you never want to see that. And he's trying a little trick, a step over there actually, and this is a great little rollover with the top of his foot, Higuain, and a great finish really to beat the keeper there. And look, after that for Mexico is really they were struggling again. Another couple of long-range shots, but you really feel that it's going to be very difficult for them to get back into this game. And considering at half-time as well, you saw a little bit of a scuffle there leading into the dressing room. Hopefully that doesn't play out in the second half, because I still think
it might yet, surely.
Well, I hope it doesn't, because I still think they've got enough in them to at least get a goal back and make this game interesting.
This might have finished it, yeah?
Well, that's again, Osorio there again is just in front of him. I mean, this is the incident there, and who knows?
The referee's in the middle of it, so we can at least, I think, take it from it that some in the Mexican camp were making their point very forcibly about the offside decision.
Well, what I can't understand, and when we saw the actual replay of the referee actually going over to the linesman, I mean, for me it was logical for, you know, basically the linesman to tell him, look, it was offside, but I don't understand why the referee's gone over. What sort of discussion has taken place?
Who called him over? How did that actually come about?
We cannot quantify it for certain, but it would appear to be the case that the fourth official, perhaps with recourse to the video evidence, has mentioned it in the ear of the referee. Not so sure about that.
But if that's the case, then rule it out. I mean, if he's
the referee may have then, in turn, again, this is wild speculation, I have to admit, he may have said, no, I have been told to my jurisdiction that the word of the referee is final, and he's done it by the book.
Well, if that's the case,
because it is such a grey area,
there's no point in the fourth official saying anything then, because if he can't overrule it anyway, then there's no point in saying it.
And even if the fourth official didn't do it, it's also very possible that the Mexicans have seen the replay replay, or somebody in the Mexican dugout has had access to a replay, and they've said this is a yard or two
well,
offside.
This is the thing. A lot of times those replays are there in plain sight, so that can possibly be it. But regardless, it's just a big mess up again.
Yeah, but who have the Mexicans spoken to then? That's for me the mystery then.
What a day of the World Cup. Just a reminder, you'd like to see how your favourite player at the 2010 FIFA World Cup is ranking in the Castrol Player Index? Please pay a visit to our website, sbs.com.au/The World Game. Another break, and then back for the second half, Argentina-Mexico in Johannesburg.